and I've tried making this video probably the past 2 times now to bring you a Gran Turismo video. So without further ado, let me see if I cannot muck this one up. As I go ahead and not get a race that I needed. So we're going to go ahead and jump into Tsukaba. This track. I tried previously the past 2 times to get a video put out, and I've been getting punched in the face repeatedly. What car am I looking for? Isn't the Scirocco a little strong? I feel like this car is decent on this track right now. So we'll go ahead and start out with the Group B race with Group 4 cars on the daily section, because I don't think we're getting any more manufacturer series, if I stand corrected, because Gran Turismo 6 should be coming out here within the next month or so for PS5. I don't know if it'll be on PS4, but we're definitely going to be looking out for that. Now, I've ran previous times here in my Alfa Romeo, and I've put up a 57,595. It's not good enough to get up into the top 10 again, but you can't win them all. So I'm going to go ahead and start some practice runs in the little Scirocco, and hopefully put up a decent time, as I forgot this car is front wheel drive. It's a great start. But hopefully you guys are having a good time. I am so sorry that I have been gone and just completely disappeared. I know there's not a lot of you that really pay attention to me, but hey, we're here, we're back, we're going to be bringing a lot of content back. So as we progress through the rest of the month or this week, there's going to be consistent uploads coming straight to you guys. And as for now, the raw footage is more of what's going to be coming out for now, until I get my Elgato and everything set up. So please don't be mad. Bear with me. It's a small journey that we are having to rise up on. And I promise you, the quality of life and everything all together is going to be great. So I overshoot this corner. But yes, we are back. We have been streaming a lot on Twitch, and I thought I would just go ahead and bring you guys more videos and content here, if there are not a lot of you paying attention to my Twitch, where I mainly stream COD and Siege and a little bit of Smite. I am a ADHD involved kind of person. I do not like sitting on one game. However, when I do find my one game that I can sit on for a consistent amount of time, I will go ahead and do it. Like GT Sport. GT Sport has been one of my favorite games that had been around for roughly, what, 2 years now? Maybe 3? I'm behind. Haven't been able to focus too much in on my history on what games are coming out. I know that Gran Turismo 6 should be out here in March, if I'm not mistaken. Alright, so let's jump into this race and see what happens. I'm running considerably slower than my Alpha, which is not good. This wasn't my best choice. Then again, I do never ever drive Scirocco. The Scirocco is not my vehicle, and as I thought, I am in dead last pretty much. So we're going to go ahead and work on getting this SR rating up too while we're at it. Where do I go to see you and me? There we go. As you guys are tuning in to the video, I really hope you guys do enjoy all the new content that is coming out. Can I please join my live stream so that I can view what is going on my end? Be very appreciative. Hello? There it is. Alright. So now I got this all set up. Without further ado, let's get into this race. Evos and WRXs are racing here. Would make a lot of sense. They have a lot of top end. Or not a lot of top end, a lot of acceleration to their top end. And this track is pretty short to begin with. So let's see if we can't work our way up the pack quickly. And as I figured, I'm already falling behind these Evos. So I think somebody has been dumpstered into a wall already. And this track I don't considerably know too well. Not familiar with it like whatsoever. I'm just kind of going off of what I know. Maybe raced it a handful of times, and maybe one shifter kart race, and that's about it. I'm looking more towards this next Group C, which is Mountain Panorama, and that is where we're going to be going on the next race, where I probably will be taking the not so how do you say it? Not so picked vehicle on that track. We like to be different. We like to be the underdog and see what we can do. We can truly set out and set faster laps in cars that people don't like racing in, because the metas and other vehicles have shifted. If I'm not mistaken, the Corvette was running the track recently on Mountain Panorama, and normally the Aston Martin V12 Vantage runs that track. So to see that the shift in cars are being different really throws me through a loop and says, hey, let's make a different car keep up with these vehicles. Because I once was a bigger competitor in the manufacturer series. If you guys even remotely paid attention, if you even seen my name in the leaderboards, you would know that I was the, I think I was 6th for Lexus 2 seasons in a row. So I can go ahead and probably say that was a big accomplishment on my end. Especially for the Lexus clan, the Lexus manufacturer, not clan. I'm not trying to 360 YY no scope off the top of a ladder. We're trying to be the fastest vehicle around a circuit track. Now, for a vehicle that I don't run at all, it feels pretty good, as I run a lot of that track off. And I understand that this track, you can abuse a lot of these corners. Probably not to that extent, but, you know, you get what you give. Or you give what you get. Is that how the saying goes? And these two are fighting and shoving each other around. Because I'm pretty sure one of these guys are upset with another. And the Canadian seems to have overtaken Team Mercedes. Or not Team Mercedes, whoever that guy was that he just put off into the dirt. Anyways, we were making our way through on our 5th lap of the race. See if I cannot catch this Canadian in this Mitsubishi. Now, I may ask myself, Canadians are pretty nice. Maybe he'll let me go. This man is putting up a fairly decent fight and is just running away with this 10th position that I want. Does not look like I will be handed 10th unless he bends himself into something and or I start racing good. My times are fairly inconsistent right now. Although the V-Dubs seemed like a very strong and safe vehicle to run into this, I'm not getting the amounts of acceleration like this guy is getting, and I don't have the turning capabilities because I'm a front-wheel drive vehicle. And for some reason I have a very bad habit on trying to grasp what a front-wheel drive vehicle feels like in this game. So all you TT, all you RCZ users, I do congratulate you on racing those vehicles. They are so hard for me to physically get a hold and get down. As you can see here with my little Golf, we are struggling to find a rhythm. The Evo is off the track, probably trying to bin this Subaru in his fellow country, Canada, and these Canadians are getting rather feisty. Normally it's the Brazilians in this area that are feisty and have no regards for your well-being. Can really hear that little Mitsubishi motor moving. Oh, as he got a little over or understeer. And I get hit with the penalty, just like that. Now that's nobody's fault but the game's. It made me hit him a little harder than it seemed. Because clearly there was no contact made. That penalty I do, however, deserve. Because I definitely was cutting a line somewhere there. So we get a Brazilian running down our necks now. I don't quite think, and I could be mistaken, that was the last lap. So, with that race being done and out of my way, we will move on to Mount Panorama, which is currently where I wanted to reside on this game. But fate had it, none of my recordings stuck. Hey, and we gained 2 positions out of it. But as we go into Mount Panorama, you guys can probably see it on my hoodie. I am rocking a GTR logo. So, that means I'll be using my trusty dusty Skyline with my Pennzoil decal. You're damn right. You gotta rep it. And I made this whole wrap in vinyl myself. And I feel so proud. So, I've actually made my own decals, other than I think the 2 or 3 others that I've made for my Group 3s that I've raced in the manufacturers. But anyways, if you guys haven't already, hit that little bell and notification along with the subscription button. Truly would appreciate it. Helps the channel, helps all of us. You guys can also, I will put it in the bio later, you can go check out my Twitch. I have a scheduled uploading consistently pretty much now. So if you guys find any of my content amusing, funny, you find my pain and suffering in most of these games amazing and hilarious, do go and check some of that out. Because there is never a dull moment in my gaming career. I have a decent turn to start finish. Not so great of a turn 1 start, but we will make up for it hopefully through the rest of the track. And I do believe my record that I'm holding right now with my whopping 201, almost a 202, is with my F-Type. So I need to try and get that up, because the leaders are currently running all Supras, and I think there's 2 Corvettes up on the board. And I think they're running 158s, if I don't stand corrected. Which I can never fathom how fast these guys are. I don't know how they do it, other than they're just using the steering wheel and pedals. Because you get way better reactions, way better feeling for the game. I mean, me personally, I'm a huge controller player. And that may be hurting me, but you know what? I'm going to go ahead and stick to what I know and do best. Alright, so that was a poor exit out of turn 1 onto the back straight. One of the 2 back straights here. Coming up to the uphill section, we brake just before the 50 board. Lead in and give it power all the way up. Now, you look for this, and you don't try to bin it into the wall. You look for that turn, you try to really grasp the turn and not the wall. Man, I really need to get used to this vehicle. Otherwise, I need to go switch out because I've completely forgotten how to drive my vehicle. You know what? I've been talking all this smack about how I've been the fastest Lexus driver. I've been one of the top tier Lexus drivers. You know what? I'm gonna go live my name in that category. We're gonna go grab my RCF and we're gonna put the smack down on these guys. We're gonna go give them the good old 1-2 scootily doo and really put it to them. See if we can get a faster lap on top of that too. And yes, I am probably doing the worst of my life on drinking 7-Up, but I don't care. It tastes amazing. One of the best tasting sodas, pops, whatever you may call it, in my opinion. Now, we haven't raced the RCF since 4 or 5 manufacturers ago, so this ought to be interesting. Now, I don't have many miles on this one, but I know for a fact my manufacturer one that I had really took the beating on the miles. Now, this car is overall a fairly well-rounded vehicle. I know there's way more cars on this track that run way better. And that's just me saying that because I know it's true. But the RCF will definitely give up a good fight. Give up? Give a good fight. Knowledge. I feel like this car is a little underpowered going on this uphill section compared to like the Corvette and maybe some other vehicles. Really make use of all of that curve because you can abuse most of this track fairly well. So I get a lot of oversteer there and have to recorrect. Coming down the downhill straight, which is the second straight in this. We hopefully are coming up on a decent lap. Normally when you hit this board at a 33, you're looking at a 2 point, maybe a 2 minute, 2 second mark. But right now it's looking like a 2.5, 2.6 because I've given all hope up for this lap as the race is about to start. But that is a good note for you guys. If you guys are ever trying to pay attention, if you don't already know, that little black billboard when you get there, roughly a 33, like a mid 33, 1 minute 33, let me rephrase that, puts you right around the 2 minute, you're looking at a 2 minute, 2 second flat. If you hit, I want to say, just a random 1 minute 33 second, maybe roughly 491 milliseconds? Whatever the other seconds are, I can't think. It's too late, it's tiring. Had a long stream earlier today, and my brain is toast. That's all I can say. But here we go. We're gonna go ahead and give it to these guys. Now, as I said before, I've set this time in my F-type, so I do not expect serious fast laps unless I start really grinding out my braking points and my accelerating points. And let's hopefully no more penalties, because the past two races I had hell and hell back trying to get my penalties completely clean. Like, this guy in the Vantage in 4th has been somebody that has been in the back of my bumper and railing me into walls. So we'll see how this race goes. And yes, as my little scripts over there say, my SR needs to go up. It's my entire goal every race, as it should be for everyone else. And wow, I don't know what country this is. Sweet finish? Don't harass me, and I know I'm stupid. I'm actually shocked to see pretty much 99% all Americans racing in here. Normally there's a mixture of Canadians and Brazilians. It's a different site. Doesn't mean we're going to be racing any better though. So here we go into the first race of the daily C. In the RCF Emilia 16. Ah, such a beautiful car. Wish they put the LFA in this game, but alas, is not. And we're really gonna try and stick it to this vet, even though he's probably got the upper hand on me. Actually, I shouldn't say probably. He does have the upper hand on me. So I could really have to maximize my toe with this man, as he is already pulling away. And he completely got a better run on that corner than I did. The Corvette is such a strong vehicle on this track. And here we go into the uphill section, braking just before the 50 board. Really holding down the gas to maximize the entire turn. And look at that, just like that, we're right on the back end of this vet, overshooting the turn with him. As positions 3, 4, and probably 5 are right on our behinds. Look, I am in this guy's toe, and the vet is just pulling away on me. So down the crazy downhill section here, see if we can maximize and close the distance. And as we both been into walls, knowing my luck, I probably get the penalty out of that for hitting a wall, but I didn't. Lucky me. I wonder if this guy's on mediums, because he seems to be moving a little slow. I don't think I'm passing him on my own power. I'm just gonna give him a little bit of... Okay. Oh, jeez. He just got enough grip to come back on the track. Thankfully that didn't end up in a penalty on my end, That would have been a undeserved penalty as I got shunted by that Corvette and we are having all sorts of traction issues. This race started out fairly clean. Thankfully I haven't had too many SRs, but I think a little bit of the dirty tires cost me my positions. And another RCF user. Now, buddy, I want you to understand something, that I'm number one. I'm number one, bud. You don't beat me with my own manufacturer. Oh, he respawned and I'm probably gonna get hit. Yep. Get hit with a decent sized penalty there. Try and shake. Ooh. Okay, we kept it relatively clean on him, as the game thought otherwise, though. I didn't think I got into him at all, but I suppose I did. So this race is going fairly well in my end. All jokes aside, I really need to put my head down and just start racing more clean and consistent laps. And not overshoot a corner. As we serve our penalty and get passed by probably half the freaking pack. Because 3 whole seconds on this track is a killer. I probably should have stayed on the inside there to really give them their space. Alright. Guessing the vet's going in for tires. See if I can't stay in this F-Type's tow, because he's behind a Porsche, and I don't really feel like the Porsche would be a top contender on this track. He probably has decent cornering, though. I mean, the Porsche always has decent cornering, but he doesn't have the giddy-up speed like most of these other vehicles do. As my time driving in the Porsche, I know that car has ridiculously long gears. And it takes it forever to get up to a decent amount of speed in 5th gear. Please don't give me a penalty for him slapping into me. One of us has to back out, dude. I will just run through you. That is A-okay. I will take that for a second because this race is already finished. I can race like that too. That's fine. I will just go ahead and really try and maximize my SR rating somewhere else. Because races restart today, actually, as this video is going up. Just throw it right in the 2nd gear because this penalty hurts. Oh, the Porsche is also hit with a penalty too, that's right. So making our way through the last set of turns here, we are going to go ahead and officially stop into pit lane for a new fresh set of softs. Hopefully not getting an SR down going through the pits. So anyways, if you do enjoy new content, all the new shenanigans that is going to be going on, consider hitting the subscription and the notification bell so that you guys do not miss a chance at these brand new videos that are coming out. And then you can also look at this amazing little mug right here. I know. It's very overwhelming. And by overwhelming, I mean I'm probably not the prettiest looking person ever. But hopefully you guys enjoy everything that goes on in-game. It's not all about my face. And or my big forehead. And I'm also not used to wearing glasses. This is something that I've also recently just picked up too. Glasses have been prescribed to me because I have a slight stigma growing in my right eye. Why were you braked so early? Wow, we are on the choo-choo train to rank D on my SR. I cannot believe I am having such a horrible race like this. I really don't do this. This is not my spiel. This is not my agenda to try and make people's lives terrible. This DBR is probably having a hard time with grip, as I thought. So coming through, finishing lap 4, we are sitting in a pretty 10th position as we started in 2nd. It's alright though. Can really maximize the next race and hopefully get our SR up if we're not in such a terrible position after that. You could really brake a lot later with soft tires. I'm normally having to brake just before the 50 board with hard tires. This is just showing my inexperience in everything that I do in this game. Because a lot of the dailies are hards. Hard tires and no gas, no tire wear, just you and the rest of the racers. As it normally would be, but this daily race has gas and tire wear. So, coming through the downhill section here again, through the Falcon turn. I don't care what it is called, it is the Falcon turn. There's so many Falcon boards. Is enough for me to know that is a tire brand. Anyways, we're getting a decent run, not really getting maximized on speed, as this car is more or less focused on getting acceleration up. So the 17 is more well rounded into the maximizing its top speed as I overcook this turn. Decent little turn into that first turn, coming down the first straight. Really maximize this uphill long right-hander. I want to say perfectly executing that turn. Not really nailing that turn, but get what you are giving. Oh dear, now I'm gonna have really dirty tires going down this downhill. And if I'm not mistaken, I think 8th place had a penalty to serve. Yes, it does. This is good news for me. Looks like he has a 2-second penalty, so hopefully that's enough time for me to catch up to him and get his draft. Just considering a Corvette, I probably won't be keeping it for long. Is he going in for tires? Yes, he is. Making my way through, we seem to be pulling a 205 on these horribly worn softs. So on my next lap, I'm just going to come in, finish off on mediums, and call it that. I slightly underhand this turn because I was afraid that my grip wasn't going to be enough, as I thought so. We're not having such a good uphill section. Come through the waving S into the long left-hander. Into the start of the downhill section. Braking just before the shadow. Stick the brakes because I am definitely losing a lot of traction. My front right tire has said, I am out of here, dude. You have abused me enough. I don't need you. So making our way into the last turn, pretty much my last turn, because I'm going into pits for my mediums. We will be bidding my softs a goodbye. As to where I think these two vets behind me are rolling on softs. So I'm in for one hell of a race. So nobody has passed me yet, which is decent. But I know these Corvettes are going to be right up my bum and angry with vengeance to catch this little Lexus. And I couldn't quite stick the turn. So this Corvette is definitely going to be breathing down my throat for the entirety of the last 2 laps here if he's not going to pass me in this section already. Because I am moving considerably slow. As he seems to not be having the best uphill himself. So doing fairly well. See if we can't nail the downhill. Not really nailing it, but not binning it. And here we go. I'm having a better run into the straightaway. As we were coming up on the 6th position, which is the Jaguar. Hopefully getting past him with ease, as I probably should have went on the inside. Or, not the inside, the outside of that. And let's see if we can nail this turn and get her moving. And keep 6th. Because losing 2nd and going into 6th, dropping way back as far as we did, is a win in my book. But can't always have the best of finishes. It's racing. You'll never know what'll happen. Especially online racing. Professionally, I'm sure these guys would be squeaky clean and really not trying to bin each other into walls. So, let's see if we have another good uphill section as the Jaguar is trying to breathe down my neck and I overshoot this turn. Really try and nail this turn. This car doesn't have the best acceleration, so I should always flat out this section. Almost flat out this section. And into the downhill section, braking just before the shadow board again. Probably should have shifted into 2nd before that. I'm still trying to learn the braking point for all that. And this Jaguar seems to have bended into the invisible barrier on the Falcon board. So it looks like a clean shot from here on, as long as I don't rail myself into the netherland we call the Shadow Realm. Hitting it just before the 100 board. Probably a little too early on the brakes there, but it's alright. Just trying not to make any more mistakes than I have already made this race. As I overcooked it into that corner again. Still finished in 6th. Started in 2nd, we ended up in 6th. And look at, as I said, flexing on the other RCF user. Really living up to my name as the, I want to say it was like the 8th fastest RCF user in a manufacturer. Which isn't too terrible in my books. And I kind of don't like that this race gets extended out as long as it should, but it is what it is. So I think we're going to go ahead and do one more race here at good old Mount Panorama. And see if we can't take us home a little victory. There we go. Someone finally finished. And we are down to a brief. We started this. Oh, okay. We've switched tracks. Well, I think I want to go ahead and do the Suzuka. What are we all running at? A minute 36 as PX7 leads it into the race. Let's see if we can't get a fast and or mediocre time setup. I have not really used the F1 cars in this game. So this ought to be interesting. You guys are in for a brain fart. You guys are in for a treat. Oh man, you don't really see these races come through too often, and I haven't seen Kyoto in a minute. Oh yeah, motor sounds real mean and raspy, just how I like it. Alright. Yeah, these cars have a crap ton more grip than the Group 3 cars. So I can probably brake a little bit later than normal. Really trying to maximize all these corners. I probably shouldn't be high revving it that hard here. Going through my uphill section, probably shouldn't have short shifted, but again, not used to this vehicle. Faster too. Get the car to hook and turn as we bin it into the wall. It's alright. That's what qualifying laps are for. Get practice. As we brake just after the... Ooh, that was way too early in braking. Really need to start understanding the Formula 1 cars. Coming through, we should be able to stay flat out through here if I'm not... Oh yeah, we were definitely able to stay flat out. I'm used to my my markers for the Group 3s, which I definitely should not be paying attention to. Still pay attention to them though, but not to the greater extent that I need. Hello everybody, how are you doing today? Now I know when this video goes up, it will be a live video, so I do apologize for me being an idiot. Like I said, I could not figure out how to get my video to actually record. It would not let me record it. Every time I pushed the record button, just said it was not recording. So I decided this was the easier way to go about it. As I will get my Elgato and really start expanding my horizons here on how to edit and do more things. Okay, we're not doing too bad. I overcooked that last turn a little bit. Okay, so I don't need to brake that early. Brake just before that and be okay. These cars have a lot more grip. This is insane. And what did that say? 11 laps on this? That's pretty decent for this track. Yeah, we can turn in a lot later there. Shift it up in a second for the most grip that I can get. As we run a 141. Not the greatest, not the best, not the worst. But it'll do for what I am doing right now. What are these guys running? They are definitely running a lot faster than that. Man. These PX7 guys, man, you guys You and the TX... Is it TX3s? You guys are fast. You guys are amazingly fast. I give a lot of credit to these guys out here. They always seem to be on the top of the leaderboards. Every single daily race. Consistently. So as we make our way into the super formulas, we will see how we fare. Mind the squeaky chair. I need to go get D40 for it. Because my last chair was not suitable enough for my setup. And it just generally was too big. It was comfortable, but it was way too big. Okay, and we are set up to go on 8 times the tire wear. And this is already looking to be a good start as we are red barring into this race. And we're coming up a little bit, so it's not terrible. I won't be all over the track on them. Don't know why I'm losing so much. I don't like how close this is. Or I shouldn't say close, it's... The camera view for this vehicle is long and low. It's the better wording for that. Really should have gone out and tried keeping the warm-up here. Apologize if I bump you. I drop my... Hey, what do you... I dropped my... What does that mean? I'm lost. I'm confused. My brain hurts. I am tired. Oh. And here we go into the last and final race today. I didn't want to make this video too long. I wanted to just give you guys something to go ahead and look at. Oh, are we on a false grid start? Oh, jeez. Ah, I false started. I really thought I could do that. Whoa, I am not paying attention to what is going on. I am trying to look ahead to really see what's going on up here. Oh, I really hope I didn't bump him. I did. Oh shoot, yeah, and we're cutting the track too. Wow, we were just having a great time really trying to catch this SR train upwards. We're on the SR choo-choo train down. Wait, what are we running on for fuel? 16 laps, we should be okay. Dang, dude, I am overcompensating for everything. I'm not used to these cars. These vehicles are a lot more grippier than the Group 2, the Group 1s, and the Group 3s. I wonder what the strategy is for this race. As we got 2 people that completely overcooked the chicane. I kind of overdid it myself. Engage super thrust to go ahead and get past this guy. As he scares himself into the dirt. It's a free position in my win. I'm already struggling with howing. Yeah, you guys are gonna be dealing with this one a lot. My English sucks. I don't speak English perfectly anymore. Not that I was good at speaking English in the friggin' first place, but my brain just, it doesn't know how to English anymore. So here we go. We had a decent little turn through there. Suzuka. This is always a nice track. I've liked this track. It's not a overly whelming like race put in, but other than that, I always welcome Suzuka. So into the oversteered way too hard into that. Surprisingly, yeah, I was gonna say spoke too early. The amount of grip these cars have, man, I'm just gonna keep saying this. This is ridiculous. Going through the curvy section of the track, really trying to maximize the curbs to my advantage, and then give it all we got through this uphill. There we go, extending the turn there like I should. And kind of overshot that because I hit the curb. I'm putting time on the guy behind me, but this penalty is really gonna kill me here. Losing more like 900ths of a second to this 500ths. Try and get some overtake on. Hopefully help my speed back up. Okay, now I feel it in the car. I'm losing a little bit more grip. Not as hard as I thought it would be, but I am losing grip. As I should be in the amount of grip that we are losing. And this guy behind me has seemed to caught me fairly quickly. Goes to show you my inexperience in driving this vehicle. I need to figure out how to brake this car. Yeah, there we go. It's probably still a little bit too late or early into it. That was a lot better return. Really maximize my get up and go there. Let's see if we can't have a better spoon. Really laying on the RPMs. Surprised I have not thrown rods and pistons straight through the roof with how hard I am letting this car rev. This guy behind me is in my toe now, so this should be a decent little battle. I wonder if he caught some of the curb. He lost a little time there. As this guy comes barreling up behind me. Here we go, through the curvy section, really maximize my touching of the curbs here. All out on the uphill. See if we can't nail this turn again. That's better. And it seems like I unexpectedly have gained first place. Probably not for long, but we will see how long we can hold out to the guy in second. I have no clue how horrible his tire wear is, or his comfortability in this car, because I am struggling. I think I want to go in next lap to get tires, but I don't feel like I'm losing too much grip as I completely ream it through there. Really goes to show how well the softs play out on this track still. Oh man, going back into turn 1, trying to extend my reach there. We got people coming off of mediums to softs. That is not my plan. My plan is to go from soft to mediums in hopes that most of these guys wear out their softs harder trying to catch up. So I have a decent amount of overtake still in the vehicle. That's something I didn't also think about. This guy behind me still could have a lot of overtake, as he is barreling up my behind. And he hits me. Gets a penalty on top of it. Unfortunate for him, but it's what you get when you're in a tow and you don't understand your braking points. So here we go through Spoon. See if I can't keep the momentum going as I completely throw myself through there again. And the pits are a little tricky here since I lose track of where they go sometimes. And he's coming off on mediums on the softs. So this ought to be a good run for my money. As he's going to have the advantage through most of these turns with a fresh set of softs compared to my mediums. But if he gets past me, hopefully I can just stay in a tow and keep a consistent line. Oh, hopefully that's not a cut. I know I cut that a little close, but really got to try and figure out how to get this car to turn through that corner. 'Cause I lost a lot of time through that. As we make our way through Spoon. And our opponent is really on our behinds. I'm going to stay defensive. And just stay in his tow now, because there's no way I can test his soft tires, as I gained myself a 1 second penalty, so it didn't matter anyways. Definitely, the inexperience with the vehicle is killing me here. And I think starting out on the wrong set of tires in my book, it's probably not my best choice. It seems like everyone started out on mediums and are coming onto softs. We all have our personal preferences and opinions on how different starts go, but hey, you never know what can happen in racing. That's a decent exit out of that hairpin. Going back up into Spoon. Really seeing where my braking points are. Feel like I had a better run through Spoon on these mediums. Okay, so it's up to me now to really hold off the guy in third for the rest of this race. As I overbrake the chicane. You know what, I'm gonna barrel down with my overtake. Cannot take the chance on this guy in third really catching up to me. Even though he is flying down and catching me as fast as he can. He has cut off 2 seconds, I believe, just in that straightaway. And is continuing to cut down way more time. And now he completely fell off. He must have done something wrong. As I also make a mistake. Come on, man, turn. This guy behind me is definitely on soft tires. Try to make more use of my overtake. I know there's nobody really here, but I'm just trying to keep this guy behind me at bay. I only have 2 more laps to really get through. If I can just manage to overtake a little bit better and not get 0.5 second penalties for cutting, I think we can hold him off for the rest of the race. Barrel down with my overtake active, engage thrusters, let's go. Okay, we're holding a solid 6 seconds on this guy behind me. Kinda overdid it there. Yeah, all these guys behind me are setting way quicker times, 140s. I think my best time is a 142. Not including my pit. So these guys definitely way more experience than I do in this vehicle. Clearly shows. Just got 1 more lap to try and hold this guy off. Really maximize my overtake here. Try to control it for the rest of the straightaway. I think that's roughly like 4.9. Not correct. He's ran it down to a 4-second gap now. Oh, as I oversteer super hard. Got on the gas a little too early there. As soon as I hit the top of 6th, I let go of my overtake and leave the rest of it for Spoon. And whatever's left of after Spoon, we will use for the rest of that section. There we go. Good uphill into the sharp right corner here, and I probably binned it into another 0.5. Surprisingly not, the game has been graceful and said, hey, you are having a rough day, here is a free pass. Don't screw it up. Alright, so the rest of the Spoon is probably going to eat up my overtake. Actually, no, I'll save the rest of it here. Really not get a penalty here and not bin it into the sand traps. I'm just gonna stay defensive in hopes that I can outrun this guy. Oh, buddy, I got really loose. That was a clean little maneuver by the native Nevada man. Coming in clutch. At least we have podium. I don't think I started in 3rd, but it's still podium. Actually, I started pretty far back, if I'm not really all that the memory issue here is really helping. But yeah, on the other hand here, guys, we are going to be calling this one a good day, and until the next, we will see you guys in the next one.